So we have an online membership called the AMG Matrix, and in there is a community where we want to see our members' swings. We want to help them with their golf swings. One member struggled with hitting driver, and he sent us a DM, and he's like, man, this is like, if I could just hit driver better, I think I can play better. So after seeing his swing, not even a swing, after seeing his setup, he was doing one thing in his setup that if you do this in your swing, you're just about guaranteed to not be a good driver of the ball. Demonstrate it first, and let's see if the viewers can pick it up.
It was hard to see from face on, but you probably wouldn't notice unless you really knew what I was doing.
Okay, let's flip it around.
Yeah, so.
All right, pause the video. Put in the comments down below if you can pick up what Shaun's doing. And then he's even over-exaggerating it a little bit.
Yeah, I am.
For effect. What he's doing is hiking up his trail hip.
Yep.
And this gets to be where comfort and maybe old injuries / good swing mechanics start to collide.
And just not knowing.
And not knowing.
If I just set up any old which way and bring my right hand on top, I think part of it is with a driver, especially because we have to go get the grip. You know, it's over there on the left side.
Well, everything's up forward, right?
Wide stance.
It's easy to start facing the ball.
So if I take it my lead hand, then I go get it with my right hand. If I'm not training myself correctly on how to get to the grip, I'm going to come over it high right shoulder, high right forearm, high right hip. From there, it's a real challenge to make a good backswing.
You know the drill. If you haven't subscribed, come on, get with the program.
Yeah.
We need tacos. Subscribe to the channel, click on that notification bell, and also check out the link in the pinned comment below for more free videos. So it's really difficult because this hip's got to go up in the backswing, and if it's already up, you're just going to sink in your left side at best.
Exactly. The problem with the high right hip, the spine goes with it.
It's exactly
and
right.
when the spine's there, you're either going to dive to the left too much, or you have to do what we call a teeter-totter and try to flip it late, right?
Yeah,
try
and
to
if
flip
you're
the spine over late.
If you're trying to punch something under a tree branch, not the worst thing in the world. If you're trying to hit a driver long and straight, very, very difficult.
Well, I've got the hits driver here. It's got a little bit of loft on it, right? And if I want to get it up in the air, I'm much better off getting my hips to level or even slightly trail hip lower so I can get this launch pad feeling where I'm going to be able to hit up on it.
Yeah, and we'll do this all the time in golf schools where we'll actually have to pull the camera. This is what I want you guys to do at home. Pull the camera, set up with your back to the camera, right? Because no one feels themselves setting up like this. For me, it feels more comfortable. Just having my back injury is like having my hips cocked like this just feels more comfortable. So over time, we start to chase comfort sometimes. We're not even aware of it. And you wind up in a position that, even though setup may feel comfortable, the swing feels gross because of that. So put the camera up, put your back to the camera, and play around with different feels. And then look at the video. You'll be surprised at what you have to feel to make a change.
Well, it becomes one of those things as well. Everyone's always looking at the swing in motion, right?
Right.
Well, you might see yourself making a backswing that's, oh man, my backswing, my takeaway's outside. Well, you don't. What you're probably trying to do is just fix it with the hands and arms, but you didn't realize because of the high right hip, you've already, the motion of the body and the club's going to be outward. If I just get my hip in a better spot, the spine gets in a better spot. Now with that same movements in the body and the club is
working much better.
Is on plane. So also,
it's not always a movement issue.
Exactly right. You might have the right inputs in the system kinetically, right? What I'm doing to the body and the club, but because you put yourself behind the 8-ball so much, now a good swing plane becomes a choppy swing plane just because of the way you set up. And even myself, starting to play a little more golf lately, I'll notice throughout the round, especially if I'm playing in wind, I start to creep the right hip high, I start to lean left, and now that leaks into my full swing and my driver start hitting it crooked. I'm looking for the swing problem when I didn't realize that, oh man, right hip's high, grip gets a little weak because of it. That's a different golf swing at that point.
None of our swings really change day to day. I mean, if you've ever tried to change your swing, you know how difficult that is. But you can set up differently if you just sleep wrong the night before, didn't stretch, whatever the case, where your setup will change your movements relative to what you're trying to do. And then it feels like you've never had a golf swing before, never made the same swing twice. One of my favorite quotes on that is, Adam Scott wouldn't look like Adam Scott if he set up in some of the setups we see.
Yeah. Yeah. And
there's just no chance from some of these setups.
I'm just laughing because I remember as a kid, would play good one day and play bad the next, and I'm telling my dad and complaining. I was like, my swing changed.
Yeah,
He's like, your
right.
swing cannot change. You're hitting.
You're not that good.
Yeah, buddy, your swing isn't any different. You check your grip and your setup,
Right.
and you would check the distance from the ball. So I had those lessons early. So those are kind of ingrained in me to keep an eye on the simple things.
And this is, this isn't one of those sexy topics because everybody thinks they already do it correctly.
Yeah, nobody looks at the setup, which is crazy.
And next to no one does it correctly.
Yeah.
So what we're saying, right, is this high right hip's no good. Now, to fix this, you're going to have to move your pelvis forward till it levels back out. The fix for this isn't to do the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's right.
You want to push it into the neutral spot, not to bump your hip forward, because again, you'll start developing another issue.
Yeah, and some people may just have an issue kind of like hiking the hip. You could still be kind of middle of the stance and you just twist it a little open.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you're square. That's part of it too. Make sure the upper body is not leaning because that would kick it over there. So it's a little bit of chicken and the egg work that you have to do to figure this out. Make sure you're bringing your trail hand up from the bottom of your leg here, not coming over. There's a few things you can do in there just to fudge, to put yourself in the right direction.
And get yourself in front of a mirror camera, and again, use your club, put your hands on your belt so you have some reference there, and just experiment. Close your eyes and experiment with where you think you should be, then look or record for reference. And I think a lot of you are going to be surprised of what things feel like versus what they need to feel like to get in the right spot.
Yeah, and you're better off filming from behind like we did in the first part of the video because you can really see where you are here and your spine. And even hit balls like that, you'll start to see if you're getting out of position one way or the other.
Yeah, the arms and the rotation kind of camouflage a lot of that. Just put your back to the camera, swing away, and I think you'll start to see some things that maybe you thought you had a movement issue. No, it's a setup issue, which is way easier to fix.